All right, so rest completely. So here in shoulder shavasana, the upper arm is rolling out externally. It's abducting, it's moving away from the center line of the body. And then rolling the shoulders back and down so that the trapezium moves down away from the neck. And the shoulder blades press in, spreading across the chest, spreading across spreading the pectoral muscles. And then for both Elodie and Rachel, lengthening the buttocks downward, moving the tailbone toward the heels. Have a feeling of the tailbone toward the pubis slightly, but then the pubis also toward the tailbone. So it's a feeling like they're coming closer together. See if you can bring that awareness. So you never want to over tuck the pelvis. That means posterior tilt. You never want to do too much of a posterior tilt, but you don't want to do an anterior tilt either. So the goal is to try to find that neutral position of the pelvis in all positions. And so one way to do that is to bring this consciousness of the tailbone moving forward, which we all often mention, but then also, this is more subtle, the pubis pulling back toward the tailbone, as if they're coming closer and closer together. What that does, it activates the pelvic floor. It brings awareness to the pelvic floor, which is particularly important during pregnancy because there's a lot of hormonal changes going on and a lot of softening going on. And so that health and tone of the pelvic floor is going to really play a role in your birth experience. So really you want a healthy, toned, both strong and relaxed pelvic floor so that you have some control over the birth. So you don't want a rigid pelvic floor that's going to make it difficult for the baby to be born, but you also don't want a completely lax pelvic floor either, because then you're not going to be able to gradually push the baby out. You need to allow the tissues to soften and spread as the baby comes out, so that you don't have any tears, and you don't require any cuts. It's entirely possible. Okay, good work, everyone. So then, Elodie, you will sit up, and Rachel, and Bisia, you'll roll to your side. And then with your chair, against the wall, Elodie, you can have a bolster like so. Vanessa. Pull up and back through the legs. Put the feet further back than the heels. The head support is optional for the others, but it's nice during pregnancy. Yeah. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead. Don't wait for me. Now we're done. Hips back, hips back, hips back. More, hips back, feet further back, Rachel. Put your hands on the bar, Rachel. Put your hands on the bar of the chair. Lower, no, at the base, at the seat, at the seat, at the seat. Watch me again. Yeah. Feet further back. Uh-huh. Good. Get long length. Means you take your feet a little further back. And then really press the thighs back, everyone. Inner thighs back. Open up the armpits. That's what we're working on in the shoulder shavasana. Open up the armpits. Lengthen through the armpits. Now here, as you press your thighs back, have a feeling of the tip of the tailbone coming forward toward the pubis. And the pubis moving toward the navel, buttock bone spreading wide, and the abdomen pulling up wide across the back waist. Wide across the back waist. Pull away, as you push your hands into the chair, pull away from the chair with your hips and legs. Pull away from the chair with your hips and legs, more and more. Then from here, step forward. You can take the bolster across the chair into Uttanasana, wide leg Uttanasana. So the difference between Uttanasana and Ardha Krishnasana is the hips are over the heels in Uttanasana. Inner thighs back. Still a feeling. Can you recreate that feeling of the tailbone moving toward the pubis, moving toward the tailbone as you widen across the buttock bones. Inner thighs back. So hopefully those two actions combined are helping you to have a neutral pelvis, even here. So what a neutral pelvis means something different in every position. So here the neutral pelvis is parallel, the sacrum is parallel with the floor. So it's not neutral if you tilt the pelvis forward and indent the lumbar. Nor is it neutral if you round the back and push your tailbone toward the floor. Then that's not neutral either. So find the neutral position of the sacrum parallel with the floor. Tailbone moving toward the pubis moving toward the tailbone, and the back waist widens. So now here the lumbar should also feel parallel with the floor. And a little bit of lift in the abdomen. So in pregnancy, it's not an abdominal working at all, but it is like a lift of the uterus from the front body to the back body. Legs are firm. Whenever we're on our feet, we need our legs to be firm. Right? Like if you're driving a car, you need your tires to be pumped to the right amount with air. So our legs are providing that stability and mobility for us whenever we're up on our feet. So make your legs firm. They can relax later. But when you're on your feet, we need our legs to be strong. That's their role. Okay. Come on up. And you can keep your chair, okay? Keep your chair. And let's keep your chair against the wall. And we're going to do some standing poses. These standing poses week. your right side. If you need to have your back to me, I won't be offended. Okay, Rachel, you might want to turn your mat the long way. So the mat, the short end of the mat perpendicular to the wall. Yes, short end of the mat to the wall. Okay, so now from here, Tadasana. Spread the chest open. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen the buttocks down, widen across the back waist. Tailbone toward the pubis, pubis toward the tailbone. Spread across the top chest, and then reach the hands down. The arms play a really important role in spinal health, actually. And they help to bring life and lift to the spine. If that seems strange to you, just try relaxing your arms completely and observe what happens in your spine. Just let the arms be completely soft. Observe the spine. Now reach down through your fingers. Make your fingers very long. Make your hands very long. Lengthen through the front and back of the wrist. Firm the elbows. Reach the hands down, roll the shoulders back, and then observe the spine so that you can understand the relationship between the spine and the arms. And we always talk about the legs, right? How important the legs are. So here too, you can keep everything firm except your legs. Let your legs really soften. Let your legs be like marshmallows. And then observe your spine. Okay? Now firm your legs. Make your legs like really strong pillars. Pillars, columns. Press down through the feet. Tighten the kneecaps. Pull the outer shins in. Tighten the quadriceps. Roll the inner thighs back. Compact the outer thighs into the hip socket, and then observe the spine. So you really understand the role of the arms and legs in the health of the spine. Super, 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 super important. If there's nothing else you ever remember that. Okay, hands to the center of the chest, then step the legs wide. Toes forward. Now turn your right foot out. Left foot slightly in. Inhale, big open chest. Reach out through the arms. Exhale, bring your hand to the seat of the chair. Right leg straight, right leg straight. Trikonasana, Utthita Trikonasana. So with your left foot gripping into the floor, pressure right thigh back. Roll the right thigh out and press the right outer thigh toward the right front groin so that you feel the front groin widening. Then lengthen the buttocks toward the back heel so that the back waist widens. And then reach up through the top arm. Inhale, come on up. Turn the feet. Step together. Turn around.
Okay, so everybody stand in Tadasana next to your chair. Walk the hands to the chest. Walk or hop the feet wide, about 3.5, 4 feet wide. This is my right leg, but I'm mirroring you. Rotate your left leg towards the chair. Reach the right toes to face the chair. Root through your feet. Extend the back heel down. Inhale. Exhale, touch your left hand to the chair. Utthita Trikonasana. Rotate the tailbone towards the back heel. Draw the abdomen in. Lift the contents of the abdominal organs in. Breathe. On your inhalation, walk the arms up, rotate the feet to parallel, Utthita Asta Padasana. Hop or walk the feet together, Tadasana.
All right, let's do it again. Trikonasana, turn around. Step the legs wide. Turn the right leg out. Left foot slightly in. Inhale, big open chest. Exhale, come on over into Utthita Trikonasana to the right side. As you press your left outer heel down, press your left thigh back. Then pull the right outer thigh into and widen across the right front groin. Then reach the buttocks down toward the left heel to widen across the low back, widen across the lumbar. Reach up through the top arm, spread across the top chest. Inhale, come on up, turn the feet, step together, turn around.
Spread the toes wide, root through your feet. Draw the hands towards the chest, walk or hop the feet wide. Utthita Asta Padasana. From your hip, your left hip, rotate the front leg towards the chair. The legs are now in a wide Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale, reach the left hand down to the chair. Both are, draw the groin of the right hip down. Find the pit of the navel. Keep the feet energized. Stay in the pose. I'm going to observe everyone. You good, Eleni? Rachel, maybe walk your back foot back just a hair. Widen your stance. Good. Okay, let's all be here for a few more breaths. When you take your next inhale, root through your feet and your legs, come up to standing. Walk or hop the feet together, Tadasana.
All right. So now back into Tadasana, step the legs wide. We're going to do Parivrtta Trikonasana. Turn your feet to the right. Turn your left foot in quite a lot. And then rotate to face the chair. Rotate your trunk to face the chair. Turn your right leg out. Turn your left foot in more, Rachel. Left foot in quite a lot. Left toes toward the chair. Turn your left toes toward the chair. Yes. Now, Elodie, you just turn your shoulders, okay? Everyone else, you're going to turn your whole trunk. Inhale, exhale, bring your left hand to the center of the chair, right hand on the hip. So, Elodie, you keep your uterus neutral, but turn your shoulders. And then Rachel and Vicia, press into the back heel, the left outer heel, pull the right leg into the midline, right outer thigh into the midline. Inhaling, pull the navel back toward the spine. Exhaling, rotate the rib cage. Descend the left back ribs toward the chair, and then the right side of the chest up toward the ceiling. Right side of the chest, right shoulder up toward the ceiling. Elodie, turn the other way.
Oh.
Turn the other way. The Parivrtta Trikonasana.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay. Keep pulling the abdomen up and back, and then rotate. Elodie, you just stay. But Rachel and Vicia, now rotate the rib cage. So you're on your left leg, Rachel. That's okay. Just stay. It's okay. Descend the right side ribs, right outer ribs. And then spread the left side of the chest open some more. Now reach up through the top arm. Elodie, you stay. Yeah, you can just stay with your hands on your hips. Good. Come back to center. Step the legs together. Actually, you don't have to turn around for this one. You can, well, you do have to turn around. Yes, you do, of course. So turn around, and Vicia will lead you through the next side.
I'm demonstrating with my right leg, but Zoom is mirrored, so it looks like my left leg. Heads up. Okay. Walk or hop the feet wide, Utthita Asana Padasana. Stay firm in the back leg and then rotate the front toes towards the chair. Your back toes are at about 45 degrees, but your front toes are directly facing the chair. And then exhale, walk your hands to the chair. I believe, if I have this correct, for the prenatal variation, Eleni, you'll stay here. If you have your left foot forward, you're gonna keep if you have your right foot forward, you're gonna keep your left hand on the chair. Okay, from here, level the hips. Inhale, walk the hand, excuse me, let me pause for a second. If you have your right leg forward, your right hand goes to your hip. Keep the left hand on the chair. Revolve from the low back. Draw the abdomen in, stay wide across the low back. Left side ribs, right side ribs are long and extending. Extend through the crown of the head. On your next inhalation, reach your right arm up. On your exhalation, both hands come back to the chair. Wind the arms up, Utthita Asana Padasana. Walk the feet together, Tadasana.
Tadasana. Turn around. And then step the legs wide. Okay, turn your right leg out. Turn your left foot in. Turn your left foot in quite a lot. Bring your hands to your hips. And step your left foot to the left slightly, and then turn the toes in more. Turn the toes forward more. Yes, because that will help you to turn the hips. Okay, so now the hips should be facing the chair. Reach out through both arms to the sides. Reach out to the sides with both arms. Really press down into the back outer heel. Inhale, exhale. Now bring your left hand to the chair seat. Right hand on the outer hip. Right hand on the outer hip. Okay, good. Now from here, grip that left outer heel into the floor more and more. Outer edge of the foot. Pull the right thigh into the midline. The right outer thigh towards your midline. And then from here, inhaling, pull the abdomen up and back. Abdomen up and back. Now bring your attention to the left back ribs. Descend the left back ribs toward the floor. Descend, turn the left back ribs to the floor. Turn the left back ribs. Not so much Elodie, but Rachel and Vicia for sure. And then bring your attention to the right side of the chest. Turn your right side of the chest toward the ceiling. Turn the right shoulder toward the ceiling. Right side of the chest toward the ceiling. Inhaling, navel back. Exhaling, turn some more. Now reach up through the right arm. Reach to the ceiling. Inhale, navel back. Exhale, turn some more. Good. Legs firm. And then come back to center. Come back up. Turn the feet. Step together.
turn around, second side. Starting in Tadasana. Walk or hop the feet wide for Utthita Padasana. Walk the hands to the hips. Your leg and foot, your foot that's furthest away from the chair, walk it to the left, just a little bit more. And then rotate both feet and hips towards the chair. Extend the torso away from the legs. Exhale, walk your hands to the seat of the chair. Eleni, stay here. If you have your left foot forward, your right hand stays on the chair. Walk the left hand to the left hip crease and revolve more. Descend the right ribs towards the earth. Lift and revolve the left shoulder towards the ceiling. Take the breath in, turn some more, exhale. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Stay in the pose, I'm gonna observe. Okay, good, Eleni. That's it, Rachel. Even if it's subtle, see if you could turn more, use the breath to take the twist slightly deeper, good. Exhale, both hands to the seat rest. Rotate the feet forward, come up to standing, Tadasana.
All right, everybody. So Parshva Tadasana. Step the legs wide. Have your right foot toward the chair. Your right foot toward the chair. Okay? Turn your right leg out. Bring your right foot underneath the seat of the chair. Inhale, exhale. Bring your right knee to touch the chair. Right knee to touch the chair. Inhale, exhale. Bring your elbow onto your knee or your palm onto the chair. Left hand on the hip. Now, press the left outer thigh back as you press your left outer heel down. And then pull the right femur, right thigh into the socket so that the right groin, front groin widens. Right front groin widens. Inhale, navel up and back. Exhale, buttocks toward the left heel. Reach the buttocks toward the left heel. Then lengthen the sternum through the toward the head. Reach up through the top arm. Extend the arm over the ear. Parshva Konasana. Keep lengthening the buttocks down toward the left heel. Now, do you remember that tailbone action? The tailbone comes in, but then the pubis moves back to the tailbone. Can you do both? In order to have the pelvis more or less facing forward. Inhale, come on up. Forward is the direction of the nose. And then turn the feet, step together. All right, turn around.
Standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. Walk the feet wide. Preparing for Parsva Konasana, extended side angle. Walk your left toes underneath of the chair. Rotating from the hip. Stay up, reach the back heel down, bend the right knee, reach the right knee. I gotta scoot up. Reach the right knee towards the chair. Push the knee into the chair, let the chair reach into your knee and your shin and extend your right elbow to your right thigh, right hand on the seat rest. Spread the toes wide, breathe into the groins. You take pranayama class, you know there's also diaphragm close to the pubis, the groins, breathe into that area. Extend the sides of the waist. Inhale, exhale, extend the right arm up. kind of like the arm would be in downward facing dog. Your bicep, tricep is grazing the side of your ear. Walk the tailbone down. Breathe into the groin. Inhale, come up. Walk the feet together. First side again.
Okay, Parsvakonasana. Ready? Step the legs wide. Now already in Utthita Hasta Padasana with the toes facing forward, feel the buttocks lengthening down away from the back waist. This is important during pregnancy because in pregnancy it's natural for the pelvis to tilt forward because of the weight of the uterus, the weight of the fetus. But to allow too much of that is going to create back pain. It's going to create pelvic instability and back pain. So the work of the buttocks lengthening down is important through our entire life, but not so much, not to tuck the buttocks under so much that the front thighs come forward. The front thighs have to move back, inner thighs back. And a feeling of the tailbone toward the pubis, pubis toward the navel, pubis toward the tailbone. Okay, turn your feet to the right. Right foot is under the chair. Inhale, exhale, bend the right leg, knee into the chair. So the knee is braced into the chair. Inhale, exhale, extend over into Parsvakonasana. You can bring the elbow onto the knee and the palm onto the chair. Other hand on your hip. Extend through the crown of the head. Press into the back heel. As you press into the left outer heel, then extend through the crown of the head. Get one long line from the left heel to the crown of the head. Don't drop your head. Then turning the right thigh out. Pull the right thigh into the hip socket so that the right front groin widens. Then draw the navel back, buttocks down toward the left heel as you extend the sternum toward the head side. Then reach up through the left arm, and then extend the arm to touch the ear. Don't drop your head. Touch the arm to the ear without dropping your head. Extend. Can you recreate the line from the left heel to the crown of the head? And then beyond that to the fingertips. Left fingertips. Inhale, come on up. Turn the feet and step together. Turn around.
Second side, second time. Turn around and then walk or hop the feet wide. Utthita Hasta Padasana. Let's start with the hands on the hips, the hip creases. Lengthen the sacral plate down. Lift the pit of the navel up. Levelize the hips. Root strongly through your back heel, so that's your right heel. Walk the left toes to be underneath of the chair. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Keep the hips level as you bend the knee towards the chair. Keep having to scoot up. Okay, walk the knee into the chair. Walk your left elbow to your thigh, your left hand to the chair. Keep your right hand on your hip. Stamp the back heel down. Roll wide across the groin, the low back. Rotate the chest upward, the sternum, collarbone upward. Sweep your right arm up and touch your right ear towards your arm. Try not to get dull through the neck and the head as you reach from the back heel, the right heel through the right fingertips. Stay in the pose, then observe. Yes, good, both of you. Breathe through the left side, right side ribs. On your inhale, come up, Utthita Hasta Padasana. Heel toe the feet together, Tadasana.
Okay, moving on. Now have the chair toward the center of the room. Okay? Chair toward the center of the room, and with your back to the wall, the chair is on the mat, and it's to the center of the room, and have your back to the wall. Stand in Tadasana with your back to the wall, all the way to the wall. Now, the foot that's at the wall, that's 1. And then 2, step forward, 3, 4. Okay? And then half a footstep. So you're 4.5 footsteps away from the wall. Now from here, bring your right elbow to the chair. Bring your right elbow to the chair. Okay? Bring your left foot to the wall. Press your left foot into the wall with the toes pointing forward. And then turn your chest to the left. So if you're standing on your right foot, turn your chest to the left. And then press that foot into the wall, press the left thigh back. So the left thigh is coming into the, but take your left foot further back if you can, Elodie. In other words, turn your right thigh out. And if you can grab a bolster, Elodie, put it under your elbow. Can you grab a bolster? Is there a bolster nearby? Yeah, put it under your elbow. Good. Grip the right quadricep. Grip the right quadricep, pull your right outer thigh in so that the right front groin widens. Then lengthen the buttocks. Take the foot. Elodie, can you take your left foot a little higher and a little further back? Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Now the front of the hips is widening. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Join your feet on the floor. Join your feet on the floor. Okay. Second side. Don't lose your distance. Second side.
Keep the left foot on the floor. Keep your left hip over your left foot. Stretch the right foot towards the wall. That's your aerial leg now. Sorry. Come back to both feet again. Walk your left elbow to the chair. Then extend your right leg up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Then revolve the torso so that you're lifting the right chest up to the ceiling. Walk the left hip in towards the groin. Release the back heel, extend the back heel, the right heel into the wall. Spread the toes of both feet, extend through the head. Long spine, long sides of the waist. Inhale, exhale, both hands to the chair, both feet to the floor. Second time, first side.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna move on because
Okay.
we're starting to run out of time. So we're gonna go right into Prasarita Padottanasana. So have the chair, actually have that chair near the wall and step your feet wide at the wall, okay? So your hands are on the seat of the chair and you press your thighs back, hips back into the wall, okay? Let's see. You have a wall where you can do that? Yeah, that's good enough, Elodie. Go wider with your legs. And then bring your elbows to the seat of the chair. Press the thighs back some more. Inner thighs back. Get the buttocks into the wall. Press the buttocks into the wall. Maybe, Elodie, see if you can go a little wider. Wedge your foot into the corner there, Elodie. And go a little wider because it's you really need the wall for your hips and thighs, but not so much for your heel. Yeah, good. Now grip the quadriceps, press the calves forward as you press the tops of the thighs back. Now, one thing that's nice about doing the pose this way is that hopefully you can really feel the wideness across the sacrum, the wideness across the low back. So optional would be to push the chair forward so that you can stretch your arms like downward dog. Okay, that I would say that's optional. For people, especially who are working on shoulder issues. But abdomen up and back, wide across the low back, pull the outer thighs in. So even though your feet are so wide, the legs still really have to hold you up and the outer thighs have to plug into the hip sockets as you lift up through the inner thighs and crease deeply at the front groin. Elodie, pull your right outer thigh in some more. Right outer thigh into the hip socket. Right outer thigh, yeah, like that. Because it looks like your left hip is dropping. It might be the angle of the camera, but in any case, pull that right outer thigh in and lift the left buttock bone up. Left buttock bone higher so that the sacrum is level. Okay, now walk your feet away from the wall a couple of inches and then come on up with your trunk. Step your feet together. All right, everybody have a bolster. And put it the long way like this. Put the narrow end forward, and you'll sit in Virasana. Okay? So Virasana. Press the outer shins down. Roll the heels away from the bolster. So I'm taking my hands and I'm pushing my heels away from the bolster so that the little toes come more to the floor. All right? And then from here, press your palms into the soles of the feet and lift the chest way up. Roll the shoulders back. Find the neutral position of the pelvis. So if I am aggressive with my lumbar, then I tilt my pelvis forward. I'm kind of spilling forward. But if I'm really passive with my spine, then I kind of slouch back. Can you find that place where the pelvis is level? Pelvis is neutral. So the sides of the hips, if you feel the sides of the hips, they should be parallel with the floor. All right? And then lift up lift your uterus up, lift your lower abdomen up, spread the collarbones wide. Now from here, come into your hands and knees and take your feet to the left side. Take both feet to the left side for Bharadvajasana. Okay? So the left shin is going to be on the arch of the right foot. Bharadvajasana. Yes. Roll the left calf out. Roll the left calf out and descend the left hip. Hold, take your hands on the bolster behind you and inhale, sit up super tall. Here too, the pelvis is still level and neutral, okay? And then exhale, turn to the right. Take your hand to the outer thigh, left hand to the right outer thigh, and then inhale, extend up to the crown of the head. Exhale, press the left shin down. Lean slightly to the left side to keep the left shin heavy on the floor. And then inhale, extend up to the crown of the head. Exhale, abdomen pull slightly back. And now bring your attention to the left back ribs. Move the left back ribs away from the spine as you exhale. Inhale, extend to the crown of the head. Exhale, turn the right side of the chest away from the center line. Right side of the chest away from the center line and turn some more. Pull on your outer thigh and reach your left elbow forward toward the screen. And then come back to center.
Okay, second side, so you'll let's start in Virasana again, so you can have your hands on the floor. Walk your tailbone towards the bolster, towards your support. Walk the pinky toes down. Revolve the calf flesh down. Okay, and then both feet and legs are going to be on the right side of your support. And you have your right shin nestled on your left, top of your left foot. Okay. So the legs are asymmetrical, but keep the hips level as much as you can. Walk your fingertips back. Shoulders are level as well. Inhale, exhale, twist, walk your right hand to your left thigh. You can keep your left hand behind you and revolve. So your sternum, your shoulders are now facing the wall to your side, to your left side. It's okay for the neck, look over the shoulder behind you. It's kind of like when you're twisting a jar open, that's what's happening with the spine now. There's a revolving, a squeezing and soaking action happening through the spine and the abdomen. Inhale, exhale, come back through center, release.
Okay, come back to Virasana. Pull the bolster behind you, spread the chest open, roll the shoulders back, level the pelvis. Hands on the floor. Take your feet to the left. So it's really just the right buttock that's on the bolster. The left buttock, let it descend. Let the left buttock descend. In fact, take your hand, left hand on your left thigh, and then descend. Take your feet wider, Rachel. Your feet wider to the side. Yeah. And then roll the left thigh out, left outer hip down. Good. Inhale, exhale, rotate to your right. Keep pressing the left outer shin down. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, navel back. So that's the beginning of the turn, is the navel back. And then inhale, extend up again. Exhale, now turn your left back ribs away from the spine. Left back ribs away from the spine. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, turn the right side of the chest away from the sternum. Right side of the chest away from the center line of the sternum. Keep pressing into your left outer heel. Pull on your and then you can get a little more rotation. Keeps lifting the sternum from bottom to top and chin up. Yes. Release. Okay. Come back to Virasana.
So from Virasana, also place, again, the hands to the floor. Both feet are on the right side of your support. Press the tops of the feet, the ankles, the shins down. Place your left hand on your left thigh and levelize the hips and the pelvis. Continue to breathe into the groin the way we did earlier in our standing poses. As you take your next inhale, the twist begins at the navel. Walk your right hand to your left thigh. Begin to revolve from the low back, mid back, upper back. Present your sternum and your shoulders to the wall, towards the wall that you're turning to. Stay here in the pose. I'm just gonna observe. Shoulders back, Rachel. Yeah. Very nice, Eleni. Stay here for a few more breaths. So that squeezing and soaking action, like when you squeeze.
I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
You should be turning away from your foot. The side where, yeah. They should be turning away from the feet. But did you
Okay.
just do this side?
I did it wrong the other way. I
Okay.
got confused.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. That's my fault because I'm still getting used to marrying on Zoom.
I did it wrong with Guisak's side, and that's why when we got to this side, I was like, wait a second, I already did this side.
Oh, okay. Shoulders back. Okay, good. And make your way out.
All right, everybody. So now, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Eleni, feet apart. Everyone else feet together unless you're injured. And then fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders back. Let's turn the bolster horizontal and take Baddha Konasana. Hold the bolster behind you. Grip the bolster and kind of pull up with your hands. So my hands are holding the back of the bolster and I'm pulling up. So the arms are active in order to get the spine long. And then press the feet evenly together, lengthen through the inner thighs, grip the outer thighs into the hip sockets more and more and more. Baddha Konasana. Make sure that the pelvis is neutral. Tailbone toward the pubis or pubis toward the tailbone so that you're not tilting forward nor rolling back. Find that evenness, levelness of the pelvis. And then extend the legs wide into Upavishta Konasana. Hold on to the back of the bolster again. Pull up through the arms. Spread across the top chest. Okay. So now, Supta Konasana for Eleni. And Ardha Balasana or Shavasana for Rachel. Okay, so do you have a bench, a table, furniture, a couch, something for Supta Konasana?
Yeah.
And then Rachel, you'll need your chair. and then a 4-fold mat on your chair. So let me show you, Rachel, what I think that you should be working on. So, Elodie, you'll be coming over from Sarvangasana, from chair Sarvangasana, Elodie, onto your support for Supta Konasana. I could show you.
Somebody need your help.
And then, Rachel, this is what I suggest for you, okay?
I'm for your help.
So Elodie is going to be here, and then she's going to come over with her legs wide onto support, onto chairs or a bench or a bed or something. Now, Rachel, what I think you should be working on is chair Sarvangasana here, and then take the feet forward, and then lift up off the chair like this, okay? So that you're working on getting upright more and more and pressing, lifting the buttocks higher and higher. Then you can come back onto the chair, Rachel, when you're tired. And then everybody will slowly come down. Okay, let me watch. Oh, you got a nice bench. Uh-huh. That's right, Rachel. Whoops, get your buttocks to the edge. Yes, like that. Head on the floor, shoulders and neck. The bolster's for your shoulders and neck, not for your head. Neck on the bolster, neck on the bolster. Tuck your chin, tuck your chin. It's shoulder stand, not headstand. Tuck your chin, chin to the throat. Now stand behind her for her. Stand behind her, and you gotta have your hands on your back. Do not let her muscularly let herself down. She needs help to come down so that the abdominal muscles don't spread. Okay, so the diastasis, especially at this stage, okay, legs straight, Rachel, heels to the wall. Especially at this stage of buttocks to the edge, Rachel, buttocks to the edge. Yeah. Especially at this stage of pregnancy, it's really important, Elodie, to not be doing abdominal work. Rachel, feet to the wall.
Can you ask her where my arms are supposed to be?
Where are Eleni's arms supposed to be?
Just hold the chair, hold the outside of the chair, okay? Make sure your neck is supported, Elodie.
With the neck.
So get the bolster under the neck. Head is on the floor, but the neck should be supported, okay? Good. Now, you assist her taking her legs over. Yeah, one leg, then the other leg wide. Good, good. And the feet wide. Yes, good, yeah. So yeah, Elodie, it's important in the third trimester especially that the chin to the throat, Rachel. Yes. That the abdomen stays soft, because this is the stage of pregnancy where you don't want that rectus abdominis. So what happens is, as the uterus is growing, and if you're constantly using your abdominal muscles, then the abdominal muscles kind of split because there's no space for the uterus to grow. So instead, you have to keep the belly soft, which means that you need assistance when you're coming down into poses like shoulder stand. So that was excellent for us. Thank you. All right. So now, Rachel, you will take your feet straight up into the air. Rachel. Good. And then lift the buttocks off the chair. Lift the buttocks off the chair and pull the buttocks forward, thighs back. Yes, pull the buttocks forward, thighs back, legs together. Good, Rachel. Chin toward the throat. Chin toward the throat. Yes. And lift the buttocks higher and higher. When you get tired, you can come back to the chair, Rachel. So this pose, Supta Konasana, is like such a great pose during pregnancy because because the weight of the uterus is no longer bearing down on the bladder, on the pelvic floor. You get a little reprieve from gravity. Grip the legs, Rachel. Legs really firm, buttocks up. Good. And then, Rachel, you can start to make your way back to the chair, back to the chair. And Elodie, you can take one foot back, the other foot back to the chair. Yeah, hold her leg. Good. Yes. And then she can slide down on her own. Slide down to the floor. Rachel, Elodie, slide down to the floor. And Lisa, you can also slide down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is, now let me just show you, this is not a, we didn't do this earlier, but I just want you to see this. Because this is a super important prenatal pose. And that's Utkatasana. So my back is completely at the wall, and then my hands come to the wall. And what the work is here is really lengthening the buttocks down, pulling up to the front of the hips. And then this kind of like helps to sort of knit the abdominal muscles back together. Because you don't want that split. And then to come up, you can push the hands into the floor, push your feet into the floor. So this is something that you can do to get the abdomen soft, actually. And lift your toes up, because that helps to prevent swelling, edema, that because you have so much extra blood and fluid. Hands to the wall, pressure palms to the wall. Yes, pressure palms, shoulders back, head back. Okay, good work. Everybody lie down and rest, okay? Release. Now, we didn't do any Shirshasana today, Elodie, but Shirshasana remains a super, super important pose during pregnancy. So I would say if you can, keep it up, but do have assistance.
Yeah.
So you're not using muscular effort to get up. But it's really important for hormonal balance. All right, relax your legs, let the little toes drop toward the floor. Outer thighs down, outer shoulders down. Completely rest. So bring your attention to the abdominal region and feel the abdomen moving toward the spine, the back waist widening, back ribs widening. Sacrum broad. Outer thighs releasing toward the floor. Spread across the top chest, spread across the shoulders. Throat soft, face soft, jaw soft. Soften the temples, release the earlobes toward the floor. Sink the eyes to the back of the skull. Widen between the eyebrows. Let the breath settle into a soft and steady rain. This part is especially for Elodie, but it's good for all of us. And that is to bring your attention to the pelvic floor. And on every inhale, release the pelvic floor. On every exhale, draw the pelvic floor up and back. So we all want that suppleness with the pelvic floor. It's the root chakra. So that healthy pelvic floor, it affects our whole relationship with the earth beneath us, our relationship with the legs, groins, hips. It's the base of the spine. And it's very much connected to ancestry, early childhood, infancy. And of course, integral to sexual health. So on every inhale, releasing the pelvic floor. Every exhale, it pulls up. You don't have to make it a gross action. You can keep it very subtle. Okay. If you're ready to come up, then go ahead and gather your arms and legs in, roll to your side. If you want to stay longer, you're very much welcome. We honor the land beneath us, the earth that supports us, wherever you may be, here in Wawi-Yatanom, Anishinaabe land, Three Fires Confederacy. We honor the history, the legacy, the people of this land, the spirits of this land. We commit ourselves to coming into a right relationship with this land and its people and the spirits of the land. We honor the sacred art of yoga, all our teachers, Ikea Sayaka, Ita Ayaka, the inner teacher, and we honor each other. Bowing the head down, release the hands, and lift your face. Okay, good to see everyone. Look at all this daylight we have.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. See you later.
Nice house, Eleni. Bye.
Thank you so much. We just got it last month.
I love that chandelier, that light fixture.
Thank you. I've had it since I was a teenager. My high school boyfriend got it for me as a gift.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's moved with me with every house. It's even been to, when I lived in San Francisco, I had it there.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.